I want to discuss the Trump impeachment defense, but first, take a look at this excerpt from the now infamous July 25th phone call.
I would like you to do us a favor though. Because our country has been through a lot and Ukraine knows a lot about it. There's a lot of talk about Biden's son. That Biden stopped the prosecution and a lot of people want to find out about that, so whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can look into it, it sounds horrible to me.
From the clip we hear the most powerful man in the world, asking a newly elected president of a foreign nation, that needs our security aid to protect itself from an aggressive neighbor. Well, based on the clip and the hearing I watched, I think I figured out the essence of the impeachment defense.
Well, that makes you more incisive than I am. I found yesterday's hearing pretty boring. No eyewitness testimony, all second or third hand repeats, but I will say that Kent and Taylor were definitely well spoken and precise.
I like Taylor's approach. I'm here for the country, not the Democrats or the Republicans, just the United States. He made that point more than once.
I pretty much agree with your assessments of yesterday's hearing, but I want to focus on the Republicans' defense. It's clear to me that they are arguing that Trump's asking for a favor was not an impeachable offense, because Zelensky did not know that the aid to his country had been held up.
Aid's held up on July 18th, and then it's released on September 11th. And we know that from your deposition, you met with President Zelensky 3 times. There was no linkage of security assistance dollars to investigating Burisma or the Bidens. 3 meetings with the president of Ukraine, the new president, and no linkage. That's accurate? Just to recap, you had 3 meetings with President Zelensky, no linkage in those 3 meetings came up. He didn't announce that he was going to do any investigation of the Bidens or Burismas before the aid was released.
That's true. Are you implying that an act does not have to take place for a crime to have occurred?
So, you are saying Trump's asking for a favor was an attempted bribery event, even though the aid was given later, and Zelensky never acquiesced to Trump's request?
That's correct. The use of the so-called quid pro quo is just a subterfuge. It's plain BS. It's the request that counts, not whether the act was ever executed. It's an attempt. Many people have gone to jail for attempts. You don't need an actual crime. What we have here is a failure, an unsuccessful attempt at bribery or blackmail, a subtle failure. It was still an illegal act.
As it stands right now, the Republicans can use any defense they want because the Democrats have not produced any first-hand testimony as to what Trump actually said. But when and if we hear from someone who actually heard what the president said or did, then I think quid pro quo will disappear.
Both of you are absolutely right. Quid pro quo is a pretty flimsy defense, but the Republicans know their base and they believe that many of the base will believe that defense. The show must go on.
Unfortunately, that's what it is right now, a show. Soon we'll see episode 3.
I'm not sure, at this point, that Trump committed an impeachable offense, but I am sure that Donald's behavior is reprehensible. Thanks for watching.